Hello everyone, how are you tonight? Please share. We have a lot of great information for you tonight. Let me share this to my other page. Welcome, Jamie. She's going to be on here tonight. Her sister has been in the cult for 7 years. And so also want to find out how DET has so many women. Well, he usually has a couple hundred, 200-300 women at his women's conference. We're going to find out how he gets those women there. And then also we're going to find out what it takes to be on his global staff, okay? I have some inside information about that, what it takes to be on his global staff, and how when I first went there, how I was impressed with that. And then something else that I'm going to bring to your attention tonight. So please share. Let me see. Can somebody say something to me so I know you guys are out there? Let me see. Let me make sure this is shared to my other page. Hang on, y'all. There we go. Now I'm going to share. Oh, good. I see Mary. Hey, Kelly. Hello, everybody. Thank y'all so much for your support. It has been just amazing. You guys have been praying. You've been it's just amazing. You know, when God is for you, who could be against you? And no weapon formed against us is going to prosper, because we are absolutely doing the work of the Lord, and I'm very, 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 hey Bill, how are you? Very excited and encouraged. Every day we're getting great news. Progress is being made, and so we're really, really, really excited. Please share this, everybody. Please share this. Jenny's going to come on in just a moment. I'm going to sing a chorus, just do one quick chorus tonight. Now, I want to make an announcement here on my Facebook Live. Yeah, this has been my hairdo for the last couple of weeks, so I'm sorry. Maybe at some point I'll take time to fix my hair, but this has just been, this is my duty for right now. Yes, those of you that are on my Facebook page, on my fan page, which is over 1.4 million, my personal page has close to 5,000. I keep getting rid of people and adding people. So if you are like, over David D. Taylor and you're just like tired of seeing the post, in this season, just unfollow me. You don't have to unfriend me. Just unfollow me, because I'm not going anywhere, okay? So I just want you to know, at some point, thank you, Shelly, you guys are so awesome. At some point, we won't be talking about him, but right now in this season, I clearly know my assignment. Clearly, I'm clear. It's so clear. And so I know you may get tired of seeing the post, but you can go ahead and unfollow me while I'm going through this. I'm so sorry about the static. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I will, I can get that fixed next time I'm on here, but right now I can't do anything about it. So I just want to tell you all that if you're tired of seeing the post about this whole situation, when you're not in it and you're not dealing with it, then you can, you don't understand. So I'm just telling you all, I won't be offended. Unfollow me. Check back in about, a month or so maybe, and see what's going on with it. But I'm definitely know what God has called me to do in this season right here. And I'm going to sing a real quick chorus, and then we'll get on to some things I want to share with you, and then also Jamie's going to come on, okay? I think that's how you say her name. Someone wanted me to do this song again. It just goes like this. Hallelujah, praise the Lamb. just a few moments. I would like for you to share. I wanted to share a couple things before I get started with Jamie, and we're going to talk about Jenny. In just a moment, I'll share my feelings about Jenny. But I was thinking today, and you guys, y'all didn't hear me out. I had never heard of DET, and that's abbreviated for David E. Taylor, until I went and it was invited to his ministry at his cult, which at the time I thought it was a ministry. And y'all, people are saying, Vicky, they're posting these pictures of you saying, it's not a cult. When you're in a cult, you don't get up and say, hey, y'all, I'm in a cult. Okay, so y'all use your brain, okay? They're posting pictures and clips of me saying, this is not a cult. When you're in a cult, you're brainwashed and you don't think you're in a cult. So you're not going to make that announcement. Hey, everybody. No, you're going to say, this is not a cult. And I didn't say that because I was brainwashed. I did not realize. When you're out of it and you're looking in, you realize it. Now, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about before we get Jamie on here. I was thinking about it today because I never heard of them. And then I go to this meeting, I see all these people, and I realize how he got the crowd that he has, okay? First off, if you've been there before, and just be patient with it because there's three things I want to address tonight, and then we're going to invite Jamie. One thing, if you've ever noticed, now y'all listen to me, when you go to his meetings, he'll say, come up here, Pastor Joe, where are they watching from? And did you know, usually every time Joe looks at his phone, he says, you know what, 181 countries. Give me a break. Ain't no 181 countries watching him. You can go to his live stream, you can go to his Facebook, ain't that many people watching. Somebody said the sound is terrible. I'm so sorry, Chrissy, but I can't do anything about it. So, and every time it's either 181, 187 countries are watching. Come on, that's a bunch of lies. Immediately he runs up, let's see, we got from Japan, we got them from Australia, there's all these countries. That's a bunch of hogwash. That's not true. Then I was wondering, they told me that night we had 8,000. It's not on speakerphone, y'all. Just help. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about the sound. So just let me ignore your comments about that. They told me we had 8,000 on our global staff. And I'm like, Well, I figured it out because I have someone from Louisiana that yeah, you wondered about that, Derek? Me too. No, it just hit me. It's because when you lie in one area, it just snowballs. So then, so the 8,000 of the global staff. So she told me one day, she says, I'm on this global staff, and I'm like, huh? I just introduced you to them. So what they do is they send out these inboxes to people, and they ask everybody. They don't know where they come from. They don't know if they're credible people. They just ask. See, everybody wants to be a part of something, okay? Y'all listen to me. Everybody wants to be a part of something. Trust me, that's why the issue with the spiritual daughters, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But everybody wants to be a part of something, okay? So they inbox, you want to be a part of our global staff. So you wonder how he gets those crowds. Those crowds are because when you have those meetings, we want all the global staff to come to our Northeast headquarters in Taylor, Michigan. It clicked today. I realized he gets all those people from all over the world because they are all on his global staff. Of course, they're not paid, but global staff. So this girl, within days, I'm kind of blocking some people too. I don't know where my block team is. But within days of me introducing to this ministry, she says, Vicky, I'm on their global staff. She's been to their meetings. So I understand how he has a crowd. Now, for his women's conference, the reason why his women's conference, I think it's called Daughters, the title of it is just the biggest bogus joke, Daughters of Destiny, because he's scamming all these women. And so he gets all these women, and a lot of them are hurt by their fathers or hurt in relationships. And of course, you've seen all the inboxes I've been getting. We're up to 41 women. I gotta say allegedly, but 41 women that has reached out to me that they are was in a relationship with him or were in, And it's just absolutely nauseating. And so that's why he gets all these women coming to his Daughters of Destiny because he scammed them all on Facebook, right? And he's told them that he's in love with them and they need a king. And so he's preying on these women. Let me tell y'all something. This is going to stop. This is stopping. And if you're one of those women and you still think you're going to be his wife, wake up. He's the biggest joke, the biggest fraud, and he's going to be stopped. You know what? He's been doing this, yes, 41 now. I had 2 more inboxing today with inbox messages that he's been sending them. Yes. This is going to stop, okay? It's going to stop in the name of Jesus. And you know what? If you are one of those women that still think that he is your man, wake up, wake up. He's Michelle's man. Yeah, exactly. He always says that. Let's see, 180. Pastor Joe, come tell us. That's the biggest lie. It's always 180. If you ever go back, it's always 181, 182, 179. It's always that way. So that's how he gets all those people there, because I never heard of them before. Never heard of them. And so I'm just telling y'all, it's the reason why I'm doing this every night that I can is I just want you to get the information out. Don't send him any money. It's a fraud. What's he spending it on? Can't show you anything that he's spending the money on. He's a fraud. I gave them a lot of money, not a lot, maybe $15,000 to $18,000 this year. That I gave as unto the Lord. So I don't want my money back from them. It's okay. I know what my heart was doing when I gave it. And if you've given money to that ministry, you don't have to try and get it back, because God's going to honor your heart. And yeah. So anyway, I wanted to share those 3 things tonight about, the global. He's got 8,000 global staff. He asks everybody, if you're on his global staff, honey, I'm so sorry, but he's asked everybody to be on his global staff. You don't have to have credentials. You don't have to be, you could be, no, they just have this whole global staff thing. He wants to act like, he wants to be this big, famous person, and he's not famous at all. I remember when we were in Israel, it was like, I remember he was walking up and Michelle was, y'all get out there, get the cameras out there, quick. Like they wanted the cameras to be there when he got out of the car, I was thinking to myself, these people over here in Israel, they don't know who the heck this guy is. And, everybody, all these women, which is mostly women on our trip to Israel, everybody was just like, oh, and it was for our, our group, or the women were just like, oh, that because, most of them are his man. He's their man. But he wants to be this somebody that's famous and that people want to be around him, and nobody knows who he is. I had to tell people who he is. He's a wannabe, and guess what? His kingdom's coming down, because everything that's not of Jesus will come down. Everything. And we're doing these lives and we're speaking truth. We're not fabricating anything. We're not going, we all get together and say, what can we lie about him tonight? No, we're not lying. We're not lying about it. And I feel so sorry for those that are on the staff. And I was just thinking today, you know what? We're going to pray. Some of them are in it so deep. And I'm going to have, in just a moment, Jamie come on here. And her sister, let me tell you about Jenny. I love Jenny. She's just a happy-go-lucky girl. In fact, she actually inboxed me today, and so this should be interesting tonight that I'm interviewing her sister. We're going to hear from Jamie. But Jenny's been in there for 7 years, and she was 15 years old. And this is the year, Jenny, you're going to come out of there, okay? Girl, you can come live on me, because if you ain't got nowhere to go, I love this girl. And she's just got a great personality. But you know what? She's brainwashed. They have brainwashed her, and I can tell she's just whatever they want her to do, and whatever they want her to do. And it's so sad. It's so sad that you can manipulate somebody's mind. Whatever they say, you're going to believe it, and that's what's so sad. So anyway, let me, Jamie, can you just say something to me? Say hi, and then I'm going to invite you on here. I'm excited to talk to her. Would you guys please share this? Share this, because this could help somebody in your world. And Jenny, can you just say hello to me? And then I'm going to, not Jenny. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I need to talk to Jamie. We're going to talk about Jenny. Jamie, are you on here? Say something to me, and then we're going to bring you. Yes, there she is. I'm so excited to have you on here. So, let me get a drink of water. It's adding her.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Come a little bit closer.
Okay. The camera's weird. I have to hold it at an angle.
Okay, you're good right there. Can you hold that still?
Yep. I'll just have to hold it up.
Okay, well, so you tell us. I'm going to let you talk.
Okay. I'm trying to see the comments to make sure if there's any issues with the video. So let me have my computer out too.
We can see you. Just look straight ahead and let us just start talking, okay? Share
All right.
about your sister. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
make sure you come down a little bit so we can see your full face. Okay.
My phone is accessing it weird, but is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is that all right?
Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, Jenny's been in for almost about 10 years. You know, we went to that church for some events when we were younger, when it was the previous pastors before David Taylor took over. And something really strange, I don't remember if Jenny even remembers, but me and her went to Sunday school class at the church while David Taylor was kind of involved, kind of not. And someone gave Jenny a word. They stopped the class and they said, "You need to be here every day that you can. You need to be here." And I felt a really strange thing like in my spirit, because I was like, that was so weird. It didn't feel right. And that place always gave me the creeps anyway. And so since that point, I feel like that was almost like a spirit that lured her in from the beginning. And so slowly she just started going. She lived with my parents at the time, and she would sneak out of the house. She dropped out of high school to go and be involved with the ministry. And so that's kind of the lighter stuff where she just started going to the ministry, and David Taylor started taking over. When she started getting heavily involved, she stopped coming to family events, and she would ask us for money, ask us for things. She quit her job, stopped paying her rent because me and her lived together. When I lived with her, I was getting concerned because when I woke up in the morning, she would just be getting home from the church. And she would sneak people over to take showers at our apartment. And she said because they lived at the church, they didn't have any, they lived at the church, so they didn't have all that stuff to take a shower, to cook or anything. So when I wasn't home, she would sneak them over because she knew I told her that I felt uncomfortable. So that's when it started getting just weird, and you knew she was getting sucked in even more. So I love Jenny too. Sorry if the camera's weird. I'm trying to hold it up. I love her. I'm not against her. So I don't know if she's watching this or not, but like her family loves her, and we're accepting of her and loving of her, and just welcoming her with open arms home. And so I'm not bitter. I'm not mad. Of course, I've had to deal with my own bitterness over the past 10 years of experiencing this, but I feel like just realizing more that it's not against flesh and blood, but it really is against spirits and principalities and powers. So I'm not against anybody there, but it's easy to get in the flesh and want to argue on Facebook or want to make fun of them or tease or slander them. But I think just for people watching too, just the best thing to do is just pray and speak life and be like Christ, because I don't want anybody to be able to accuse us of slandering, because that's not going to help them once they're out, or they might not feel like they can be received, or they might feel embarrassed or rejected as well. But yeah, so too, when Jenny started getting involved and kind of telling us, oh, look what God did, apostles healing people are getting healed of cancer, Jenny would start to say some strange doctrine, so we knew that something was off. And I'm looking at my notes too, because I wrote down a few things, but she mentioned that she would say this is Jesus's own ministry, and if you're not a part of it, then you're basically screwed. So you better get on board, repent, do whatever you got to do. And she said that she's like, yeah, when Jesus returns, David Taylor is going to appear with him on the clouds, so you better get ready, and you better Yeah, you better get ready. You better repent, because he's coming on the clouds with Jesus. So that was another big red flag. Starting off, and it just snowballed from there. So it's like, as a sister, what do I do? She was becoming of age. She can make her own decisions. And she's passionate. She's committed. She's stubborn. So all of her good personality characteristics were just used in a bad form. And so it was like there was no stopping her. Like my parents, she wasn't under their house anymore, so they couldn't really do anything. So, also, she had actually moved to St. Louis for a while. She took a car. It was her own car. She took it to St. Louis. Probably a little bit after she had been there for a while, her car was not hers anymore. It was the ministry's. She no longer had car insurance, probably not her license, because she lived in a house with a lot of people, and she would request money from us. She would ask for money because she didn't have things like tampons or
my gosh,
food or shampoo. She would ask my mom for money. So I had actually, David Taylor had messaged me a few years ago, and he said, "Why does your family talk bad about me? I only have love for all of you guys." And just the way that they cover up themselves and don't take responsibility. They just try to say, "Oh, we love everybody. What are you saying?" and play innocent. And so I said, okay, well, if that's the case, I said, how come Jenny's basic needs aren't being met? And he never responded. So,
wow.
So I was like, okay, that's kind of sketchy. Jenny would try to get a job, and she would say, oh, well, Apostle said that it's not good for me to get a job, so I kind of quit that job. And then, it was just a matter of, I'm quitting this job. Apostle said I need to spend more time, doing the ministry stuff and things like that. So, yeah, it's been a lot of different things, and some things have even been amusing where since I've been so immersed in this, and it's now just more getting out, but I've known of it for a long time, just like other people have who have family members in there. But I would see JMMI members putting flyers on cars in the Meyer parking lot for their crusade. And as soon as they left, I would go car to car, take them and rip them off and throw them away. So it's like, that's all I could do. And it was actually hysterical. Like me and my sisters would call each other and say, hey, I see a JMMI member, like, let's drive by, let's take all their flyers. And so we would kind of just do little things that we could. But really,
she's asking for money now?
Not me as much, because she knows that I don't give her anything. I'm not sure if she asks anyone else in my family, but maybe people who are more naive to what's going on may have. But no, she knows not to ask me, because I'm like, I don't want to encourage her to do that.
So she lives in a house, because we know I have an address to the house where there's 30 women that live. I have the address, and I have the landlord's name of the home that they live in. Does she live with all those 30 women that live in that house?
I don't know where she lives now. She won't tell us where she's at.
Oh yeah, she never. But I have the address, so if you want it, I'll give it to you.
Okay, yeah, give it to me after.
I have the address, so I'll give you the address.
Okay.
Anybody want the address? You got a family, you got a daughter, and you need to know, or a son. I have both addresses to the men's, where the men are living, and the women. So if you want to know where they live, I'm sure that landlord wouldn't appreciate 30 women living in his house. I have his name also. But yes, If you want her address, I will give you the address to where they are.
Okay.
If you want to go there, but at least you'll have that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that would be good. So actually something, my family, we always knew that stuff was going on there, but we didn't have really proof or evidence of it. So it was more allegedly, and we couldn't really do anything about it. But it was Christmas of 2016. Jenny did come to my parents' house, and she had left her Facebook Messenger open on my brother's phone. And so I think months after, he went on his Facebook Messenger, and it was still logged in as Jenny. And he found messages between David Taylor and Jenny.
Oh, I believe it. I felt that with him. Yeah, there's nobody. Those women there's no. He's definitely been with Jenny. I'm sorry, but you saw messages from him to Jenny.
Yeah, so Joey found them. I'm not going to go into detail, but they were very
No, you don't need
explicit.
to.
Very explicit, and basically one thing that I can kind of back up what other people have said is that he told her in order to avoid temptation with other men and lust with other men that he was the only one that she could do things with. So we found that, and we waited on it a couple
You
days.
guys, I can't take it. I love Jenny. I just
I
can't
know.
believe that he's doing that to these young people. He's being with Jenny. I can't believe it, you guys. I was hoping I wasn't going to hear that from you, but that man,
Yeah.
there's no boundaries. There's no boundaries with this man. You guys, hang on 1 second. We have got to stop this man. This man is horrible. What did you hear what he said? So say that one more time, what you just said. He said, in order for her to what?
He told her, I have another thing to say about that too, but he told her not, in order to avoid temptation or lust with other men, that he was the only one she could sleep with or do things with.
Oh my God. I was hoping not Jenny. Oh my God.
No. I've cried my tears about it, so that's why I'm not crying now, but, this is a few years ago.
I love y'all. Jenny has got to be saved from that place.
I know.
She has got to be saved from that place.
Yeah, so that was really caught us off guard, especially telling my mom, just because that's her daughter too, and I'm 26, going to be 27, and she's going to be 25 in April. So, yeah, it was just manipulative, and she called him her spiritual father, that kind of stuff. But so a few days later, me and Joey's my brother, we went to JMMI to talk to her about it. And that we got kicked out of the church and they locked us out in the middle of winter.
Well, I'm not surprised.
And they threatened to call the police on us, so we just said forget it and we left. And then Jenny ended up calling us later because she knew that we had come by the church. And so we confronted her about these messages that we found. And she's like, oh my gosh, how dare you think that I would do that? That's not me. You're gross. You're perverted. Why do you just just super offended? So I kind of said my choice words to her, and then I said, forget it, whatever, goodbye. Like, you're crazy. Within 2 minutes, she calls me back and she said, oh my gosh, Jamie, I'm so glad that you told me about that. We actually found the people who did it. They were fake accounts.
Of course.
We found it. Thank you so much. This really helped us because there's a lot of people going around acting like fake accounts. And I said, okay, Jenny, good one. You're not fooling anybody with half a brain.
Too many. No.
Their antics are over, and anyone with half a brain can see right through it. So I get sassy with Jenny because we're just sisters, but I know I have to hold back too. But I told her, I said, the only people watching your videos are the people who are still part of JMMI, or the people who are watching because they want to make fun of you, because you're not changing anybody's mind who already knows the truth. So that's why she was, when we switched the days, she was like, oh, you chickened out, huh? You're not on Vicky Yohe's show or whatever. And I said, okay, whatever. Because she wanted it. She told me, she's like, I should make a video about you. And I said, you don't know me. You haven't been in part of my life for 10 years. But so if you're watching, Jenny, I still love you. I know we're sisters, so we can get sassy. But I do care about her, and it sucks that those things have happened. But what else had happened? Oh, yeah. Okay, so with the messages, Jenny was messaging him, kind of asking for things and longing for him in that moment. And he responded and he said, come to my office.
Oh my God. That's what he does. What he does. Ooh, those walls in his office could talk. Jesus.
I know. So it was just crazy. And among getting attacked, I've had Jenny Smith message me last year saying, how can you be a Christian? Attacking apostle, you call yourself a woman of God. And, I'm glad that I'd rather have people take the time to write me a novel message than have time to recruit other people who are innocent. So it's like, I'd rather have them waste their time on me because I already know that I'm not going to be tricked. But, you know, they just message people and they think that just by slandering people, it's going to really help them. So I've gotten messages from people. I've had them call me ugly. I've had them, you know, tell me that Jenny was prettier than me, trying to offend me. Just stuff that's like, okay.
It's so crazy what they say.
And Jenny's made fake accounts. There's a few fake accounts that she's made to kind of troll, and I'm sure there's a lot of fake accounts out there. They even, I'm part of a band, like a worship band, so we would post things, and they would comment on our post and say, oh, you guys are racist, you're cropping in all these black people on your videos, and just blowing up our page with all this nonsense in order to, you know, whatever they're trying to do, make us look bad. So, but it's not even truly who it says that they are. So there's just a lot of deception, and I just hope too that people, you know, will share stuff, will just pray, you know, because that people watching are probably thinking, well, what can I do? But just watch, but really just pray and keep speaking life. Because I actually had a dream. I think I had it was last year. I had a dream that there was a huge cruise ship in the middle of the ocean, and it represented JMMI, and the boat was like in half, about to, you know, it was sinking like this way, and people were jumping off into the ocean left and right, screaming because the cruise ship was sinking. So the ministry was sinking in the dream, and Jenny was crawling to the very top, and the last point, and you know, the very last point that would sink. And me and my dad were on a helicopter, and we were reaching out to her and trying to call Jenny, like, come home, we want to rescue you. And she said, no, I'm staying till death. I'm on this thing until it sinks. And I just felt like I had that dream because it really, truly is what she's doing and saying, that she's going to be one of the last ones, and, you know, standing strong, preserve face-to-face, hashtag face-to-face, and just everything that she's doing. So I'm not worried. I know that God's going to deliver her, but since I had that dream, I'm kind of at peace about the time frame of it, and I'm not really worried about it. So that's really the main stuff that I have. It's just been a lot of, you know, things here and there, and I feel like everything, like, it gets exposure, and then it will kind of die down, and they'll keep doing what they're doing, and then it'll get exposure.
No. Let me just tell you, Jamie.
What?
You never met me.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that. You know, he's been exposed in the past, and everybody's on it for 3 or 4 weeks. Vicky Yohe is not going anywhere. Okay? Mm-hmm. Everything that's not of Jesus will come down. People that know me, they know. Listen, he's messed with the wrong woman. And you know what? I've got a platform. As you can see, I'm using my platform.
Yeah.
And I'm not going away. I am not going away. This will go national. Mm-hmm. This will go all over the world. I mean, he's getting canceled in Australia. He's getting canceled everywhere.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying, because I feel like this is taking it to a new level where this is almost what people have been praying for, to get this type of exposure, because it hasn't happened this way yet. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful, because it's almost like you using your platform to expose as an answer to, like, our family's prayer of being almost helpless. So yeah, I think it's great, and I'm glad that you on for sure.
Yeah, and so, you know, I'm right now, I'm doing what I feel like I need to be doing, but it's about to go to another level. You know, I might have to do what I'm doing for the next couple of weeks, but then not as much, because I mean, God is already working in so many areas right now in this whole situation. But you know what? I'm just keep praying, because this is the year that Jeannie's going to get out of there. This is the year that they're all going to get out of there. I declare it. I speak it. You know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's time for you guys, those that are, maybe you've been weeping for 10 years. Let me just tell you something. I'm past him hurting me. I'm so past me being deceived for 16 months, thinking that he was the love of my life and the person that I was going to be with. I'm so past that. I'm not, these tears aren't about that. Don't even, no, I'm over all that. But to realize that the women and the deception and what he has done, not just with the women, but just with the copy and paste prophecies, and just the pure fraud. And like, I love Jenny, to think that he's He's messing with her, come to my office. I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, allegedly, I gotta say allegedly.
Yeah.
She's like a little girl to me. I mean, she's just,
Yeah.
I'm 53, I'm thinking, what is he doing to some of these? And I'm thinking about everybody that was on the Israel trip. They're all, he probably, I'm just saying, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This guy's got to be stopped. And he's a fraud, and he's not of God. It's a cult. He's a cult leader. He's arrogant. He's not the king. There's video out there. He said, "I'm the king." You're not the king. Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords.
Yeah.
You're not. He told me one time, "I'm the ruler." You're not the ruler. You're nothing. I mean, we're all sinners saved by grace, but you need to hit the altar again. You're not all that.
Yeah.
Today I was telling my sister that he used to tell me that he's a general. And Terry said, "Make me General Dollar." My sister made me laughing. She had me cracking. Sometimes you just gotta laugh.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing." Then she said, "Yep, General Dollar." I'm like, "Oh my Lord." But that's just my sister. We kind of laughed today. I gotta laugh, because some of this stuff is this is serious. This is serious business.
Yeah.
And,
it's serious.
And I know your family. You've cried. Let me just tell you something. This is the year. Do you have some last words you want to say?
Yeah, I had one more little thing that actually kind of was funny, because some of it's actually humorous, the stuff that happens, and you're just like, what? But we had a pastor that we know who used to be part of the ministry. He would do the media, and David Taylor would have him crop out the pictures to make it look like more people were there. So it just makes me realize, like, they're shaking in their boots. He's the wizard behind the curtain. He's gonna get exposed soon, and he's probably getting nervous.
Yes,
because he never comes out. He never comes out himself and like talks to anybody, makes videos. But now that he's making his own videos, it's like, okay, he's getting a little desperate because his minions aren't really doing it right. So
yes,
it's just silly. But I also want
all the crutches and wheelchairs on the platform. They said he bought a lot of those.
Yeah, and it's easy. Those. Yeah, it's easy to make fun, and I know I have. But I just I want mercy for him, but also justice, because he's led so many people astray, but also just God's heart for everybody there, to just see it the way that God sees it, and just go about it the way that we're supposed to. So yeah, because it's about Jenny, it's about people that we care about who are in there, who are, being robbed of their life, being brainwashed, like you said. So yep.
Yes. Well, you know what? I so appreciate you sharing. I was really sharing about Jenny because she had a special place in my heart, and I'm so disappointed that DET took advantage of her.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Listen, I'm getting inboxes every day of different women from Israel, from the Netherlands, from Australia, all over the world, that he's inboxing and telling them that they need to be with the king, and just you know what. And one reason why I went public with my situation was I wanted to set women free, because there's so many women that he's fooled from all over the world. They think that they're sitting there for 5 years, that in the right timing, because church people are messy. Well, you gotta be quiet. I'm gonna introduce you, and you're gonna be my wife. Listen, thousands. He's done this to thousands of women. Listen, thousands. If I come up with 42 so far that's bold enough to tell me, Jamie, a lot of women that he's done this to, they're embarrassed. Okay, for one thing, look what he looks like.
Right.
They're like, I can't believe I gotta admit that I was with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In fact,
Exactly.
that's kind of me now. But anyway, so what I'm saying, so there's a lot of women that's not coming forth right now. But in time, they will, because they need to be set free, and they need to our testimony. You overcome by the word of your testimony. Let me tell you, when I shared my situation, it's like a ton of bricks came off of me. And so I'm just thankful that you shared tonight, and we may have you back on, because we want to get this out to everybody, and we want prayer for Jenny. And I'm going to say a prayer before we get off of here for Jenny.
Okay.
I just, someone said some of those people are in it so deep, because they inbox you some wicked stuff. It's now that I'm away from them, the things that they inbox people.
Right.
It's like, okay, if you guys are spending time with Jesus, I don't know what Jesus you're spending time with.
Right.
I
They
mean, I
always
don't get it.
have they
They're
have the
so
template
wicked.
because they all
They're
say the same thing
wicked.
too. So they teach each other that.
I mean, the stuff that they say.
Yeah.
One person said something was questioning about me. This person, Michelle, came back with a paragraph calling him a faggot. I'm thinking, you know, I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my, you know, she's the wicked witch. But anyway, I just don't get it. If you're spending time with Jesus as much as y'all say y'all spend time with Jesus, then
Right.
you should be acting like him. You should have the spirit of Christ. It's not, Christ is not in it. I'm sorry, but you don't feel that from that movement.
Right.
You know, I wasn't around them a lot on a day-to-day basis, but since I've been out of this, I have gotten the most crazy inbox messages, just wicked. So I want to
Yeah.
pray for Julie.
Okay.
And I know she's, you know, she may say, ha 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 ha, but listen,
Yeah.
we love you. We love you. And Vicky is here for you, girl. You can come stay with me. You want to get out of there, you inbox me, girl. We will meet you. You can come stay with me. You are a valuable person. I am so sorry. I'm going to apologize for DET for taking advantage of you. Okay? He took advantage of you, and you can't tell us that was just something that was a fluke. No, honey. The word is out. The man is sick, and he's doing what this. All those women that you're hanging out at the ministry, I'm not going to start naming the names. He's with all of them. He calls all of them to his office, okay? So, you know, I know he tries to make you think that you're special, but I thought I was special for 16 months. But I wasn't. I was just someone that he could use so he could get a platform. And guess what? DET, thank you. You got the platform, and I'm going to expose it. I want to expose your wickedness, and that you're a fraud. I'm exposing that. So you used me and made me think that you were in love with me. Guess what? I'm using this platform to let everybody know that you're a fraud. All right? Now, Jenny, I'm going to pray for you. Let's pray for Jenny, Jamie, okay?
All right.
Lord, I just thank you for Jenny. Lord, I just thank you. Just send angels to her right now, Lord. Love on her, Lord. Let her know that she's special. She's unique. Personality, oh Lord, she just grabbed my heart, oh God, and I just pray that you will open her eyes, God, and get her out of that mess. It's a mess. God, get her out of that mess where she could walk into her true destiny, woman of destiny. Yes, she's a woman of destiny, Lord. She could walk into her destiny 2019, not that fake and fraud environment that she's in, that she's blinded, that he is like the king, and that he is, you know, coming back on the clouds with Jesus. That stuff is blaspheming. It's wrong. And I thank you, Lord, that you're going to open her mind, oh God. Let her understand that you are the true and the living God. You are her strength. You are her source. You are the one she is to worship and to adore. That DET is just a man. He ain't nothing, but you are everything, oh God. We're nothing without you, oh God. And we speak life into her. We speak that she's going to walk out of there, Lord, and that she's going to walk in her true destiny, find the man of her dreams, oh God, and have a family, and go to a church and love on you, God, and get away from this fraud. Lord, I just thank you that JMMI, this is the year that cult leader is going down in the name of Jesus. We want to spread the word to everybody. People that have been hurt, Lord, mend their broken heart, God. People that he's taking advantage of, women that he's taking advantage of, you know, inbox them and tell them that he wants to be their spiritual father. You don't get your spiritual father through an inbox. It's more serious than that. Someone just inbox you, Lord. I just pray that whole system is broken down, Lord. I just thank you, Lord, for Jenny, Lord. Lord, just wrap your arms around her. Let her know that she's loved, she's cared for. There's people out here that's praying for her, that she'll walk away, Lord. I pray that she inboxes me at some point and says, Vicky, I'm ready to get out of this mess. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I'm just believing it, girl. I'm believing it.
Too. It's about time, you know, all the prayers that have been prayed and the things that have been done. So I'm excited. Like I'm over being sad about it, and I'm excited for, you know, the slaves to go free. So
yes. And listen, Jamie, I'm here for you. Anything, you know, you need to inbox me. If you ever, I'm here for you. And I'll let you know when she inboxes me and she's ready to get out, because I'm going to fly to Detroit.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah. All right.
Good night, honey.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Bye. All right. Was that like heart-wrenching? Ooh. Jenny's like a little girl. She's just a sweetheart. And to think that that man is doing that to all those people that's on his staff, all those women, allegedly. I'm going to continue to speak out, and y'all pray for Jenny, because she needs to know that she ain't the only one he's doing that to. I can name a lot of names on here, but I'm not. So let's just be in prayer for Jenny. Love you guys. We'll be back on here tomorrow night. We'll have a surprise guest tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, a surprise guest. So I didn't make a graphic for this one. From now on, I'm not gonna let you know who's coming on, okay? Just for certain reasons, I'm not gonna let y'all know who's coming on. I'm just gonna have the guest on. Just know that when I have someone on, it's gonna be informative. And the reason why we're doing this is we're exposing the cult of JMMI and the cult leader, David E. Taylor, okay? And everything that's not of Jesus shall come down. And I'm committed. I know my assignment. And so I'm going to get off of here, but I want to tell you all, those of you that are tired of seeing this, we talk about it, just unfollow me for the next few weeks. Unfollow me for the next few weeks, and you know, check in a couple weeks and see where we are with this. You know, if you don't want to follow it, but I'm not stopping. Okay, I'm not stopping. You know, I'm not going to get on with it. This is my assignment. And we're gonna. I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate your prayers. I definitely need prayer, because this has been going on for too long, many years, and it's gonna stop. This is the year. This is the year, mothers and fathers, that you're gonna get your children back. This is the year that your kids are gonna walk away from that deception and that stronghold and that demonic power that this man has. Okay. You guys are amazing. Have a great rest of the evening. See you back on here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, okay? Central, okay? God bless. I ain't stopping, Betty. I am not stopping. Thank you all for your support. Can I tell you something before I get off of here real quick? I went to the mall with my sister today. Lady walked by. I was sitting there on the little bench on my phone. She said, "Are you Vicky Yohe?" And I said, "Yeah." And I looked awful. But then I almost said no, but I won't lie. She sat by me and she said, I loved your music. And she said, "I've been following you on Facebook." And she said, "I know what you're going through." And she said, "Can I hug you?" She said, "Vicky, I love you. You know you're forgiven. I've gone through some things like you've gone through." And I just got all teary-eyed, because there's just so many of you that are supporting me. I'm so thankful that she probably felt like she was bothering me, but no, in that moment, she just like, "You Vicky Yohe," and she was just so sweet and so loving. And so if you're watching tonight, yes, I'm going to accept you as my friend. Make sure you let me know that you met me at the mall and you stopped me at the mall. I just appreciate all your prayers. And it's what God is doing. I can't tell you everything that God is doing, but God is doing so much behind the scenes that just keep praying, okay? God bless you guys. See you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Hey, Cousin Amanda. See you soon. Bye.